Morning students, so this will be video 17. So we are continuing with that health programs unit. So today we will start with RCH program. So as you know, RCH is nothing but reproductive and child health. Okay, so we will see the program that is behind this, RCH. Okay, so introduction, it was started in the year 1997. So it is a Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in accordance with ICPD. So ICPD is nothing but International Conference, Population and Development. So CARIO conference and in concurrence to the ninth 5-year plan, which was initiated in 1997 to 2002, they started this RCH program. So aim to provide integrated health and family welfare services to meet the felt needs of health care for women and children. So we see that Ministry of Health and Family Welfare along with ICPD, okay, then Cairo conference. So all this along with this, ninth 5-year plan when it was started is when this RCH program was started. So mainly they started this for the welfare of the women as well as for the children. Okay, so the concept was to provide the beneficiaries with need-based, client-centered, demand-driven, high-quality and integrated RCH services. So this was actually provided or this was started for the beneficiary purpose, okay, according to the need. Then it was mainly focusing on the clients and then demand. Based upon their demand, the resources were provided and it did have high quality and integrated RCH services. Okay. So the program component included male involvement, adolescent component, RTI, STI issue, and gender in the context of reproductive rights in the RCH program. So they also concentrated mainly on reproductive health as well as sexually transmitted infections, because during pregnancy, right, if the mother is infected sexually, then it would also affect the health of the child. So they concentrated on them, and in this they also included the men adolescent components, and they concentrated on reproductive health as well as the sexually transmitted infections. Okay, so this all contributed under RCH. So next, going on to definition. So this is about the introduction. Next we will see the definition. So talking about the definition, reproductive health can be defined as a state in which people have the ability to reproduce and regulate their fertility. Okay, so people have the ability. So this is mainly on people who are at the reproductive age. Okay, so they have the ability to reproduce and regulate their fertility, women are able to go through their pregnancy and childbirth safely. So making sure that the women should have a safe pregnancy and they should be able to bear the child or deliver the child safely, the outcome of pregnancies is successful in terms of maternal and infant survival and well-being, and couples are able to have sexual relations free of fear of pregnancy and contracting diseases. So the outcome of pregnancy in successful terms, so in case of maternal as well as infant, and also it actually gave importance for well-being and couples. Okay, when they have the sexual relations, it should be on safer side, not ending up having sexually transmitted diseases, or they should not have fear of pregnancy, okay, to eradicate that, okay, and they should not contract any sexually transmitted disease. So based on this, so these are the areas, as we have seen in the introduction already, that the reproductive health actually focused on the safe delivery of the mother and the birth of the child, then also with the fertile couples, okay, not having fear of pregnancy and free from contracting the sexually transmitted diseases. So what are the components of RCH program? So this is a diagram that is given there. So when you see, you have family planning. So as we know, right, so this family planning is taught among the actively reproductive group. Okay, so there is spacing at least for 3 years after a first child is important for the mother's child as well as for the infant already they have. So we have to nourish the child. So immediately if the mother becomes pregnant also, it becomes very difficult in handling the child. So mother has to be careful with that. Then CESSM. Okay, so child survival and safe motherhood. Okay, so all the beneficiaries that is required according to the demand will be met through this program of CSSM. And then prevention and management of RTI, STD and AIDS, as we have seen, respiratory tract infections, it could be, or it can be sexually transmitted diseases. So when we say RTI, respiratory tract infections, mainly with the children, okay, or the infant. So we'll have to concentrate with that. Okay, and AIDS, okay, sexually transmitted disease like syphilis, gonorrhea, okay, and then making sure that they are free from this and AIDS. Okay, next, client approach to healthcare. So, making available the access of the resources and finding out what is their mentality, working out with that, teaching them. Okay, so client approach to healthcare. So these are the main components of RCH. Next, we will see historical development of RCH program. So when we talk about the historical development of RCH program, it is the establishment. So as per the year, you can just go through it. Okay, so there are so many years, and make sure you study. Sometimes they can ask you, any one of the program for 2 marks. So please study all this in the page 1 and 2 that I have marked with the pencil. Okay, and then RCH packages for various services. So we will see. Already I think you should have studied in your second year community, but anyway we will go through now. So what are the various services for mother? So all pregnancies to be registered by health workers. So whenever mother comes, to the PHC, it should be registered. Then pregnant mother or women must be given 2 doses of tetanus toxoid immunization. So in immunization already, we have seen, right? So there are 2 doses that is given. So making sure that the pregnant mother gets once when she is confirmed with the, pregnancy, and later, I think at the 7th month. Okay, so again, another tetanus toxoid should be given. So pregnancy women must be given iron folic, that we know, right? She should receive iron and folic tablets for prevention and treatment of anemia should be done. Then pregnant women must be given 3 antenatal checkup, which include checking their blood pressure, ruling out complication. So whenever mother comes, we have to check her, weight, then assess with the nutritional needs, then check the vital signs. Okay, antenatal palpation can be done to find any complication. Deliveries by trained personnel in safe and hygienic surroundings should be encouraged. So mother should be encouraged to come to the clinic or to the PHC to undergo the delivery in a safe setting, and then by a professional. Okay, then institutional delivery should be encouraged for women having complications. So she will be referred to institutions if at all, if the mother has any kind of complications like placenta previa, abruptio placenta, or APH, antepartum hemorrhage, or if she is having hypertension, okay, which can lead to eclampsia. Okay, all these cases means we have to refer her to the institution. Referral should be made to first referral units for management of obstetric emergencies. So making sure that already we'll have to make sure that the mother is informed about the referral. Okay, where whenever there are emergencies in the mother, then 3 postnatal checkups should be given to the mother. After the delivery also, mother should come with the baby and she should undergo the checkups for her health, as well as she has to take care of the child. Okay, so it is good that she brings the child and weighs the child. Okay, and for the immunization. Okay, so she should also get the child. Then spacing at least 3 years between children must be encouraged. So if the mother is primary or she is multi, okay, already she has 1 child or 2 child, if she is still planning, please tell or inform them that 3 years is required for spacing. So this is all about services for mothers. Next, talking about services for children. Okay, so essential newborn care like keep the baby warm, check the baby's weight, and give the baby to the mother, because first milk is important. This you have already studied in the pediatrics, right? So you have to provide, make sure that you don't allow the child to have hypothermia, teach about the ill effects of hypothermia, the importance of covering the head, weighing of the child, then colostrum, that when the mother is in the PHC or in the hospital or in the institution, wherever she is, that has to be told immediately that the mother should make sure that baby should have the first milk, which is the colostrum. Then the premature babies or low birth weight babies need special care. Okay, so we will have to treat these children. So premature babies or low birth weight, of course, sometimes if they are critically ill, then they will be admitted in an ICU also. Babies with any complication should be referred to the nearest health center. Then exclusive breastfeeding should be encouraged. That is till 6 months, mother should feed only with the breast milk. Okay, so I think you've already done, you're a master now because you've already done the seminar. And then we have to start semi-solid or weaning after 6 months. Then we have to give the immunization as per the schedule, that is BCG, DPT, polio and measles immunization should be administered to every child meticulously to prevent death and disability. So last video it was about nutritional program, right, EPI. So you have to study, okay, so that, and you have to keep that in mind. Sometimes they might ask you immunization schedule, so you should be able to write. Then vitamin A prophylaxis for children is necessary to prevent blindness. So parents must be informed about oral rehydration therapy, correct management of diarrhea, the availability of ORS packets in the villages should be ensured. So it will be mainly, a different flavor it is available in the PHC. It should be told to the mother when dehydration is there. Then they have to give the solutes, okay, that is the ORS, oral rehydration. Solution is not encouraged at home now, so they can come to the clinic or to the PHC. And it is also, from the RCH itself, it is made mandatory that it will be there. They have to come and take. So health educate about that. Then acute respiratory tract infection in children should be detected early. They can be treated by cortimoxazole tablets. Acute cases should be referred to health center. Treatment of anemia. So when they rule out anemia in children, that has to be treated. Respiratory infection, it is better for them to come. We cannot tell them about the tablet, but here in RCH, they are providing cortrimoxazole. Okay, so they have to come. So doctor will prescribe which kind of decongestants can be given, or certain home remedies also we should be able to teach them, to cure this respiratory tract infection. Next, services for eligible couple. So we see services of mother, services for children and for eligible couple. So who is the eligible couple? Who is on the reproductive age. So promoting use of contraceptive method among eligible couples is important to prevent unwanted pregnancy. If they if they are planning, okay, it is better for them to use the contraceptives. Couples should be able to choose from various contraceptive methods including condom, oral pills, IUDs, male and female sterilization. So they should opt whichever they want to get involved in, they can. So we can give them teaching about that. Then safe services for medical termination of pregnancy should be encouraged for women desiring abortion. So legally it is not accepted. Only if the mother has got some complication with the pregnancy, then the mother can go to MTP, that is medical termination of pregnancy. Okay, so phases of RCH program. So when you see, there are two phases that they had RCH in the year phase 1 1997, phase 2 in 2005. Okay, so we will see what are the phases and what were their strategies under each phases. Starting with RCH phase 1. So the first phase of the program, it was started in 97, as we have seen, 1997. What was the aim? To bring down the birth rate below 21 per population, to reduce the infant mortality rate 60 per 1000 live birth, and to bring down the maternal mortality rate less than 400 per 1 lakh population. Then 80% institutional delivery, 100% antenatal care and 100% immunization of children were other targeted aims of RCH program. So when we say in phase 1, so this was actually started in the year 1997, and what was the main aim? It was actually focused to bring down the birth rate. So in order to prevent population explosion, they decided to bring down the rate of at least 21% among 1000 population, and then to reduce infant mortality rate below 60%, okay, per 1000 live birth. So they mainly concentrated to reduce the infant mortality and then to bring down the maternal mortality rate, the numbers you can see there, and to have institutional delivery about 80%. And they made sure that immunization and antenatal care is reached about 100% of the total population. Okay, so that was the main target of RCH program under phase 1. So we will see what were the other strategies, okay, of the RCH phase 1. So it has so many, under that you have essential obstetric care package, then emergency obstetric care, schemes for improving obstetric care services. So under that again we have many points, we will deal with that. So talking about essential obstetric care packages. So here the essential obstetric care package in RCH phase 1 consisted of the following interventions. So what were they? So early registration of pregnancy. So when the women found out that they were pregnant, okay, so immediately within the 12 to 16 weeks, so usually third month or second month, half of second month itself they'll get to know. So they made sure that there should be early registration. Then provision of minimum, already we have seen that there should be 3 antenatal checkup by the ANM or medical officers to monitor the progress of pregnancy. So staff from the PHC or medical officer should make sure that they monitor and detect any complications so that the appropriate care including referral can be made at the earliest. Then talking about counseling on nutrition, then provision of iron and folic acid supplementation should be given to the mother. See, iron and folic supplementation is very important because it also prevents the child having any neurological defects. So it is very important, and mother should not become anemic. Okay, so it should be encouraged among the mothers. Usually it is given for all the ladies even if they are having good hemoglobin. Iron and folic acid supplementation is always provided for the mothers, including referral can be given. So early registration, 3 antenatal visit to rule out any kind of high risk, and then counseling on nutrition, provision of iron and folic acid, then promotion of institutional delivery and provision of facilities for safe delivery. So they can tell them where all you can go for the deliveries. Then provision of postnatal care that we have seen again. The mother should come for 3 postnatal monitor or checkup to see the recovery in the mother and to detect any complications, followed by appropriate referral. So these are the 5 points that is included in the essential obstetric care package. So next video we will continue with the rest of the strategies.